lovely friends. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for being here. I have decided that for my day 7 of Vlogmas, I'm going to actually do a marathon recap because yesterday, which was the 7th, I had a 12-hour travel day. So from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I was in the car all day, so there was really nothing to film. I edited some videos, I watched Avatar 2, I ate some food, drank some electrolytes, and that was about it. So it was pretty boring. But I figured I would do a marathon recap and let you guys all know kind of how it went. So here we go. Okay, so I think first off, I'm going to start off kind of with everything that I got and just kind of show you that. The very first day we got there, which was on Thursday, we went to the expo for the first time and I picked up my bib and everything. So this was my bib. I was $52.99. I already wrote on the back of it. So yeah, this was my bib. And then I also was able to make one. So I made this one. I run for Bampo, which is what I call my grandpa, if you guys didn't know. I don't even know how we got that name, but it's always stuck. So I also made this one, and I put this on the back of my shirt while I ran. And then with that, I also got my platinum band. So that was the level of money that I raised. My goal was $6,500, and I think we ended up, at least right now, we are at $7,041, which is amazing. I'm actually mind blown. I can't even fathom that, and it's just crazy. And I'm so thankful for all of you and everyone who has supported me through this, encouraged me, donated money, everything. It seriously means the world, and I can't thank you enough. But this band is kind of what we had to wear to get us into things. So it has this little chip and they would always scan it. With my entry, I got kind of 2 shirts. So I got this long sleeve shirt, which I don't really know if I like it, but it'll be just a nice shirt, I guess, to run in. And then I also got this jacket with my entry. I should have zipped it, but this is what it looks like. Has the St. Jude logo on the front of it, and then it also has St. Jude Heroes on the side, and then on the back it has the marathon weekend. So I got that. And then also, with my band, I had $75 in merchandise credit. So with that, I was able to get this sweatshirt, which I love so much. I got it in a large, so it would be oversized. I asked for some more socks for Christmas, running socks, but they actually had some there, and they were 3 for $15, which is a steal, I think. So I got 3, and they're Saucony. So I got these, teal and gray ones, mint and white ones, and then I also got these coral and gray ones. And then since I'm a hero, I also got these free long St. Jude socks. So I'll probably just wear those in the house. I also got this bag because this was the bag that if we were gonna have a gear check at the start line, you had to use this bag, and that was it. But thankfully my lovely parents were there and were able to take any of my stuff that I needed. Oh, I also got this ornament, which says St. Jude Memphis Marathon Weekend, and it just kind of has socks on it, a watch, some shorts, 2025, a little bib thing. And then for a $5 donation to St. Jude, you were able to personalize it. So on it, I put my first 26.2, which I think is fun. So Friday night, we had a pasta party. Where we found out we raised $15.8 million total for Heroes. So there was 22,000 plus runners in all of the races. There was a 5K, 10K, half and full marathon, but there was only about 7,000 heroes, which I was one of them who raised money for this. So that's why I got to go to the pasta party. By the start of the race on Saturday morning, we were already over $16 million, which is amazing. That is so cool. At that pasta party, we got these little frames, so I'll be putting a picture in there. I don't know which one yet, but we'll figure it out. We also got these little things at our lunch on Friday, bracelets. This one says Finding Cures, Saving Children, and it has the St. Jude logo on it. I don't really know if you can tell because it's all red, but, and this one says St. Jude Rockstar on it, and it also has the logo. And then I don't think I brought it up, but there was also these like bracelets that they made. It said St. Jude on it, and I also showed that in one of my others. But what everyone is waiting for, the medal. This is a beauty, you guys. This is such a beauty. I love it so much. At the lunch, I was able to get my Nebraska Heroes pin, so that's what that looks like, and I just put it on my medal. And then for $15, I was able to engrave something on the back of this. So I engraved the date and then my time. I don't even know if you can see it, but it was 3:33:14, which, guys, that's like an 8:05 pace, and I was shocked. I was seriously shocked. My goal coming into this was literally just to break 4 hours. And then like my far-fetched out goal was to break 3:45. And so I was not expecting this time. I was shocked. I'm so thankful. And it makes me want to reach that Boston qualifying time, which is a 3:25. So you'll probably see me end up running another marathon, I'm not gonna lie. It was so fun. It was so fun. But yeah. And then also at the end we got this, our little finisher thing that you wrap around you, because when you've been running for that long and then you stop, you get cold very fast. Like my hands were blue, my feet were blue. I was so cold. So that helps a lot. But that was my little haul, I guess, of everything I got. So now it's time to actually do the race recap. Okay, so race day started at 5:30 a.m. on Saturday. The race did not start until 8 a.m. Our hotel was only a block from the starting line, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stressed out or anything. So I got dressed, did my hair, ate some breakfast, listened to some old 80s music, just to kind of calm me down. And then we left the hotel at about 7:15 to head to the starting line. So once we got there, I did like a 5-minute jogging warm up. And then I had a honey stinger waffle and some salt sticks. And then I did like my actual dynamic warm up type thing. So I did like A skips, B skips, karaoke, all that good stuff. And then that was about, I want to say 7:40. And I was like, okay, now it's time to go to the bathroom. Well, this line was extremely long, so we waited in there probably, I think it was like 7:57 when I got out, so it was close. In the line, I basically changed my shoes, took off all of my layers so I was ready when I got out, and then I headed to my corral after that, and I was corral 5, so pretty close. But I noticed when I was in my corral that the 4-hour pacer was in like corral 3, and I was like, okay, I'm way too far back. So I just moved up. But I said bye to my parents before I got in, and I was starting to get nervous, but I didn't want to like show it, and so I was just like, yep, love you, bye. Like I was like, I'm doing this, like I'm actually about to do this. The race started at 8 a.m. but because I wasn't in the first corral that started, I didn't start probably, I think it was till like 8:12. So that's when I crossed the starting line. And I also actually used the app Rally, so I was able to hear a message from my family and friends on each mile. So that just like made it so much, I don't want to say easier, but just it made me remember why I was out there and that I can do hard things and I can push through the pain. So that was awesome. And then I also had just a playlist to run mile 1 to mile 20, and then after 20 I heard that the last 10k, which is the 6.2, is the hardest part, so I made a separate playlist for that to get me through that. Everyone says to start off a marathon very slow, like start out slow, you can pick it up as you go, right? So my first mile was 9:05. I'll probably put the splits up on the screen so you can see, and so that was easy, but like, and I know I should have started probably slower for like the first like 6 miles maybe. Atmosphere is just amazing and I was having so much fun. So my second mile was like an 8:35 or something. So, and then I just kind of went down from there. But I'm not mad about it. I felt good the whole first half. I felt amazing. I was like, let's do this. Like, that's awesome. My mom was in the first half, so I saw her I was supposed to see her at like mile 1.5, but I missed her. She was like, I saw you like looking around, but I didn't see her, so that's all right. But then I saw her again at like, I want to say maybe mile 4, and then I saw her again at like 7, and then again at 10. We ran through this St. Jude campus right around 10, and then after that, I saw my dad in the second half, so I saw him at mile 12, 15, 18, and 23. And at 12, I was doing great. At 15, I was doing great. And then when I saw him at 18, I was like, Dad, this is horrible. Like, I'm struggling so bad. And he's like, what do you need? And I was like, nothing. Like, I just need to be done. Honestly, I was expecting to struggle mentally more than I would physically, but I didn't. Like, mentally, I was honestly fine. I was like, yeah, like, I'm struggling. I can do this. Like, I'm gonna finish. But like physically, I was struggling so bad. Like, my hips were so tight. I could barely feel my legs. And I was just kind of like, you know what? If you slow down, it's gonna hurt. If you speed up, it's gonna hurt. So you might as well speed up rather than slow down. Like, it's gonna hurt no matter what, so just keep going. So yeah, I saw him at 18, I was struggling pretty badly. And then I saw him at 23 and I was like almost crying. I was like, Dad, I don't know if I can do this. And then last year when I ran the half marathon here, we met this guy. His name was Tim and he's from Omaha. And he's been a hero since 2014. And he is also actually a cancer survivor, and he ran the half on Saturday, but he met me at like, I want to say maybe 25.5 miles or something, and he ran for probably like 400 to 800 meters with me, and it just meant so much. So he ran that with me basically until the final stretch, and that helped me so much because mile 25 to 26, hills everywhere. Like, it was horrible. This is definitely a pretty hilly course. It was like almost 800 feet of elevation gain, and where I live, my runs went no more than like 200. So it was quite a bit for me, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm so grateful my body can even do that. In April, I could barely finish a mile race in track because of some health stuff, and I just finished 26 miles at an 8:05 pace, and that's actually insane. I have worked so hard and I'm so proud of myself, but at the same time, like, I don't know why I can't just be proud and sit in that. Like, I'm thinking like, okay, well, you did that, cool, but what's next? Like, now you need to push even harder. And I'm like, why can't I just sit with the fact that I did this? And that's amazing. We're gonna take this week to kind of just settle down and give my body a break, rest it, recover it, fuel it correctly and properly, hydrate it, and we'll get back to it. But yeah. So I would say overall, like, it was a great race experience. I know this probably sounds dumb, but I was able to experience like the pain, and I think that's what makes it feel more rewarding, because it was a struggle, but I fought through that. Really, I would say like the only like things that were kind of didn't go super well. So last summer, I strained my tibial tendon, which is kind of like right in your ankle bone, and it goes down into your foot. And I also had a stress reaction in my whole tibia on my right leg. But on mile 4, on my left leg, where my tibial tendon strain was, so right like in the inside of my ankle, it started to hurt so bad. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, it's fine. Take some deep breaths, you'll be fine. And it never went away. So basically for 22 miles, I was dealing with that, which was annoying. It's fine now, thank goodness. So I don't even know what was going on with that. But also the roads, we were never just going flat. It was always uphill or it was always downhill. And also the roads are built so like it kind of caves in like this. So like you're never running on a flat surface. It's always kind of like this. And so my foot was always angled in or out, and that didn't help at all. But also like my hips just got super tight. So those were a struggle. And then also actually at about mile 15, somehow my headphones went to the aware mode, I think is what it's called. And it's where you can like hear your surroundings. So I could start hearing the wind howling through my headphones, and I could hear like my bib going up and down. I could hear my hair swaying. It was horrible, and I couldn't figure out how to get it off, and it was so loud, and so it made me so mad. So that was that for the last 11 miles, which is annoying, and it made it a lot harder to hear my voice messages as well, which sucked, but I made it through. Probably mile like 21 to 26 was brutal. I struggled a lot, honestly, mentally and physically, but I kind of just got to the point where I was like, okay, put your head down, don't think about it, just run. Like, just run. Like, that's all that I thought about. And I kept passing people, but it felt like I was going so slow. And then the last point too is just the greatest feeling ever. Like, you just want to fly. Like, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. Like, and then you cross that line, it's like, I did that. Like, I'm done. I really wasn't emotional. I was emotional sometimes during the race because of how hard it felt, but I wasn't really like emotional to the fact that I did it. I was kind of like, holy shit, like I just did that. Like, that's crazy. But that was about it. And then I was able to meet up with my parents at the end, and we just kind of chilled for the rest of the day. And it was overall a great race, a great day. And I'm so thankful, especially for my parents. If you are watching this, thank you so much. They biked with me on every single long run, whether it was 10 miles or 22 miles. They were always there for me, and I seriously couldn't have done it without them. A marathon takes a village. It really does. Like, I could have not trained on my own. There's no way I would have gotten through that. And so I'm so thankful for them. The longest run that I ever did on my own during training, I think, was like 12 miles. And so everything above that, my parents were always with me. I'm so thankful for that. And then also, of course, my family and friends who were always checking up on me, and everyone who supported me and donated money. Like, I couldn't have done it without you all. It was such a village, and I'm so thankful, and I'm ready to find something else to do, whether it's another marathon, a different race, maybe an Ironman. But we'll see what happens. So thank you for watching this recap. I am so thankful. I know I've probably said that like 10 times, but I seriously am. And just thank you for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in my next vlog.